Hello, I'm Dr. James Bogash, expert in health and longevity, and today we're going to talk about a possible paradigm shift in the way that we're managing blood pressure using medications, and I'm going to, of course, suggest an alternative. But typically, the mainstream medical model backed by pharmaceutical drugs is about finding a single compound that affects some aspect of the way the human body works, and then we hammer that pathway as much as possible to see if we can make a difference. But that is in no way, shape, or form the way the human body works. The human body works in so like blood pressure regulation is a dynamic orchestration. It's a dynamic process in the human body that goes through multiple different pathways. And so the idea of just hammering one goes completely opposite the way the human body was designed. But that's what we do. And that's where you get things like side effects and how drugs may help one person but not another. So the idea is, and it's a clinical trial that's in process, so it's not published results, but what the researchers did, and this was sponsored by Northwestern University out of Chicago, and they're looking at mixing an angiotensin receptor blocker, an ARB, a calcium channel blocker, a diuretic, and a beta blocker at very low levels. The idea would be looking to see if we can have just as good or better effects with less side effects. And I would have to argue that that probably makes more sense. We're blanketing the body with lowering blood pressure rather than hammering it. And that's the way the human body's designed. But just like everything else, we're trying to fit artificial compounds that change the way the body works rather than compounds that help the way the body works. So this clinical trial is yet to be published. They're still recruiting volunteers, and hopefully to get about, I think they're looking for 365 volunteers or participants in the trial. Where they're at, I don't know, but it's not published. But this idea is a change in how we might medicate blood pressure, and I would hope to see that we get better outcomes from that study. But I would suggest that we could make a same type of compound with supplements that would provide similar or even better effects. And while that list of supplements can be quite long, because there's quite a few that have been shown to lower blood pressure, I would probably put magnesium, vitamin D, vitamin K, and kind of a polyphenol mix. So those protective compounds in berries and teas and coffee. There was just a study that I just did a video on green tea extract, which contains polyphenols. So a polypill, if you will, with those 4 natural compounds could be like, we're humans. We want the easy answer. I would suggest the real answer would be exercise, diet, stress management, and manage our environmental chemical exposure. But that takes some work, and in general, humans have a tendency to be lazy, and we just want to take a pill. So that's why I'm suggesting that there's a certain blend of supplements that would probably have as good or better benefits on blood pressure as a drug-based polypill. But keep in mind, no medication on the planet can overcome a poor lifestyle. And that's what we don't seem to articulate and understand and let patients know, that there's only a certain amount of medication that we can do to overmedicate, not the right word, but we can overcome poor dietary choices. Otherwise, we'd have no high blood pressure or heart attacks or strokes, right? I mean, if we could medicate them away, people would medicate them away, but that's not how the body works. So a polypill that you could take, and it would make you exercise and eat better and stress less and avoid environmental chemicals would be the best answer. But if not, I'm suggesting a polypill with vitamin D, K, magnesium, and some mix of polyphenols. As always, I will post the link to this particular, it's not a study, but it outlines what they're trying to do in the study. And I'll put that in the description. Make sure you like this video, share it with somebody who you think needs the information, and subscribe to the channel.